So gently close your eyes, adopt Chin Mudra. Shri Gurubhyo Namaha Harihi Om Ganana Antva Ganapatigum Havamahe Kavim Kavinamupamashravastamam Jyeshtharajan Brahmanam Brahmanaspat Anashruण्वन्नोतिभिः Seedasadanam Mahaganapataye Namaha Prano Devi Saraswati Vajeebhirvajinivati Dheenam Vidyavatu Ano Divo Bruhatah Parvatada Saraswati Yajata Gantu Yajñam Havan Devi Jujushana Ghritachi Shagman no Vachamushati Shrunotu Vagdevyai Namaha Om Sahana Vavatu Sahanau Bhunaktu Sahaviryam Karavavahai Tejasvinavadhitamastu ma vidvishavahai Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Brush your palms. Make them warm enough. Place them on your eyes to feel the warmth. Give gentle massage all over your face. And with few blinks, slowly open your eyes. So let's begin with invocation to Maharishi Patanjali. We'll do it twice. You can chant with me or repeat after me. Yogena chittasya padena vacham. Yogena chittasya padena vacham. Malam sharirasya cha vaidyakena. Malam sharirasya cha vaidyakena. Yopakarottam pravaram muninam. Yopakarottam pravaram muninam. Patanjalim pranjaliranatosmi. Patanjalim pranjaliranatosmi. So in the last session, we looked into the types of kleshas, correct? Avidya, Asmita, Raga, Dvesha, Abhinivesha. So we are from there continuing forward from Sutra 2.10. Now here Maharishi Patanjali is going into really depths and trying to even find out the traces from where these kleshas are even coming. Okay, so and how to eradicate these kleshas from its root. So the sutra goes like this. Te prati prasava heyaha sukshmaha. Te prati prasava heyaha sukshmaha. Te. So these kleshas, prati prasava means resolving back into their cause or reverse manifestation or the process of involution. in Yoga Sutras, this Prati Prasava is very, very important term. It is the process of involution. If you read about the 6 schools of Indian philosophy, Nyaya Vaisheshika, Yoga Sankhya, Purva Mimamsa and Uttara Mimamsa. So always these two sciences go in pairs. Nyaya Vaisheshika, they are together. Similarly, Yoga and Sankhya goes together. Because whatever the philosophy has been explained into Sankhya is very complementary to the science of yoga. And in the science of Sankhya, the process of evolution, how the evolutes are manifested from the absolute Brahman, is explained in detail, giving all the tattvas, the elements, the Mahat Tattva, the Ahankara, the Chitta, the Vritti, and all these its varieties or the types. But here, what Maharishi Patanjali is talking about, the process of involution, that is the Prati Prasava, that is going back, resolving back to its cause. That is again the absolute Brahman. Heyaha, destroyed or avoided, sukshmaha, subtle. So in the subtle form of these kleshas, these obstacles can be destroyed. Now, how these obstacles or afflictions can be destroyed or can be avoided? By resolving them back into their primal cause, that is the ahankara, ego. Reabsorption of effect into the cause. So if you are seeing the effect, if you are seeing the smoke, there must be fire somewhere. That is the cause. Correct? So if you want to avoid the smoke or destroy the smoke, what we need to do? We need to destroy the fire, the cause. So Kriya Yoga, which is also explained in the previous sutras, Tapaha, Swadhyaya, Ishvara Pranidhan. So these are the 3 ways we can practice Kriya Yoga. Kleshas are weakened. They are not completely destroyed by tapas, swadhyay, ishvara, pranidhan, but they are weakened, and with prati prasava, they are destroyed by the process of involution. They are destroyed to great extent. You know, when we get stain on the cloth, however we brush it, even with the stain remover, some part of stain will always remain. It will not vanish completely. Or if you're used to Indian style of cooking, we use hinga or asafoetida in the cooking. You know, in every dish, that very small quantity of this ingredient but gives a very strong flavor or smell. So if the vessel in which you are putting it, even after washing many times, the essence of that hing or asafoetida will not go. So similarly, the essence, or we can say the effect of these kleshas, however we do kriya yoga or meditation or various practices, and we are trying to remove these kleshas from its root, still they will cling with us life after life, not only in this life, but life after life. That's how they they are so strong, they are so powerful that they will not go easily. So the active kleshas, udar kleshas, okay, so which are very active, where we can feel, okay, I'm going through anger right now. So tapas, swadhyay, ishvara pranidhan, kriya yoga might help. But once they become little weak, by your practice of Kriya Yoga, they become weak. What is the next powerful action we can take towards it is the meditation. So they become Tanu, even the very Tanu, very sthula kleshas. And then Prati Prasava, when the process of evolution happens, then they are completely burnt seed afflictions. Once the seed is burnt, there is no chance of any manifestation again. So there has to be some starting point which Patanjali is prescribing us as Kriya Yoga, then meditation, and then Prati Prasava. And after that, we reach the state of Kaivalya, no mind state. So if mind doesn't exist, kleshas will also not exist. Because we have mind, because we have so many vrittis, we have so many kleshas. So the way we are came into existence, in the same reverse order, if we try to go back to our source, even there is a possibility to overcome these kleshas. And very beautiful term Maharishi Patanjali has used, Prati Prasava. We have to always remember this terminology, Prati Prasava. Heyaha. Heyaha means how these kleshas can be destroyed by Prati Prasava. Okay, let's go to the next one. ध्यान हेयास्तद्वृत्तयः ध्यान हेयास्तद्वृत्तयः ध्यान by meditation upon what? Upon my true nature, pure consciousness. Heyaha. Heya means to destroy, avoid. Tad, those. Vrittayaha, active modifications. Again, he is telling us that how these vrittis can be destroyed by meditation. In the active state, they can be destroyed by by meditation, by shifting the focus from vrittis to Satchid Ananda, that is the pure consciousness. When we are going through kleshas, we are going through distractions of the mind, where is our focus? The focus is on what we are going through. The distracting thoughts, harmful, negative thoughts, harmful thoughts, whatever it is, the focus is completely, our energies are channelized towards these kleshas. But what Patanjali is advising us to shift the focus. How you can shift the focus? By meditation. Not for 2 days, 2 months, 2 years. We have to continue this practice of meditation for long period of time with conviction. And where we have to shift our focus on? I am pure consciousness. What is my true nature? Satchit Ananda. So the Mahavakyas of Vedas, Aham Brahmasmi, Tattvam Asi. We can take any Mahavakyas or Satchit Ananda or a simple pure consciousness and keep the focus on that reality, because that is the absolute reality which we keep on forgetting again and again, again and again, again and again. But that's why we have to remind ourselves again and again that I am not going through I am not the kleshas which I am going through. I am not the vrittis which for a temporary time I am going through. They are not constant, they are not permanent. What is permanent? What is eternal? What is the absolute reality? I have to keep my focus constantly on that, but we still not able to do it for some reason. And what is that reason? We have seen even for the kleshas, the root cause or the root klesha is the ignorance, the maya, the illusion. Again and again, this Maya succeeds to make us forget our true nature. The layer of ignorance, the veil of ignorance is hiding the true nature from us. So meditation is the, we can say, the most powerful and effective practice. Moving forward, he goes into much detail of these. What is the root of this kleshas? So, kleshamulah karmashayo, kleshamulah karmashayo, drushta drushta, drushta drushta, janma vedaniyah. जन्मवेदनीयः क्लेशमूलः करमाशयो दृष्टादृष्टजन्मवेदनीयः क्लेशमूलः कर्माशयो दृष्टादृष्टजन्मवेदनीयः. Very important sutra this is. So these kleshas, afflictions, mulaha. What is the root of these kleshas? Karma, reactions, actions, ashayah. That is the storehouse. Klesha, mula, karmashaya. Karmashaya is the storehouse of karmas which we are carrying in every birth. The baggage of karmas. So the kleshas are coming out from this baggage of karmas. Drushta, adrushta. Present in the present birth, and some can be seen in the future birth. So maybe in this birth, they are even not visible, they are not seen. So in both the forms, these kleshas are present. Drushta, adrushta. Janma vedaniya. Here vedaniya means we experience these kleshas, some seen, some unseen, into this life or into this birth, here and now. Kleshas are not mere cause of sufferings here and now, but it is the cause of the karmashaya that extends beyond this life experience. Okay, so even in the, if we get succeeded in burning these kleshas in this life, maybe some part of our storehouse or baggage can be reduced. How much we are meditating, how much intense our sadhana is, right? It is the cause of karmashaya that extends beyond this life. Janma vedaniyaha. Some are seen, some are unseen. So if we say that we go through certain unpleasant experiences, it has its cause into the karmashaya. Because we are carrying forward with us, which we are not aware of. The prarabdha karmas. Then we can, study into detail the types of karmas, the prarabdha karmas, the sanchita karmas, kriyamana karmas. So why certain things are happening with us in this life? There is some reason behind it. Or some things are not just happening what we are wishing for, what we are desiring for, certain things are not happening. Why? There is certain root cause behind it. And that is there into this storehouse of karmas. So karmashaya is a very, very important terminology in this sutra. Like pratiprasava, and here is the karmashaya. सति मूले तद विपाको जात्यायुर्भोगाः सति मूले तद विपाको जात्यायुर्भोगाः sati, the existence, mule, upon the root, tad, that, vipakaha, fruit maturation. Vipaka means maturation of that particular karma or the fruits of karma. Jati, birth in a species of life. Ayu, span of life. And bhoga, experiences. Upabhoga, what we say. So the type of birth we are taking in a particular yoni, maybe insect, animal, bird, trees, plants, or human, or even devatas. So that particular jati is determined. The span of life, ayu, is determined, and what experiences we will be going through this life will be, everything is fixed, everything is determined on this. Okay, so with the existence of the root karmashaya, there will be fruits also, namely, what are the fruits of maturation, vipaka? Depending on the baggage of our karmas or the storehouse of our karmas, everything is predetermined. In which country we are born, in which family we are born, with what body type we are born, in which yoni or species we are born, with what lifespan, what is the quality of our health, what is the quality of our mental health, what is the experiences we are going through, bad, good, pleasurable, not so pleasurable, very stressful, very challenging, very easy. Everything is determined upon the karmashaya. Sati mule, that is the root of jati, ayu, and bhoga. Okay? Only if kleshas are present with the karmashaya fructify. Or else, even if karmashaya exists, when the kleshas have become like burnt seed, they will not led to vipaka. So, if now, where is the chance of or possibility of changing these predetermined things? The spiritual sadhana. Okay. Karmashaya are instigated to give their results only by kleshas. Now we have to remember, if I am going through avidya, if I am going through asmita, if I am going through raga and dvesha and abhinivesha, okay, the result of kleshas, from where it is coming? From the baggage I am carrying forward life after life, birth after birth. If kleshas are mitigated, no need to worry about karmashaya. So yoga helps to do that. Jnana Agni Sarva Karmani Bhasmasat Kurute. So for that, what is needed? Jnana. First, we need to get knowledge. Knowledge about what? Our true self. From where we are going to get? From our scriptures. Because scriptures are the Apta Vachanaha. What is the source of knowledge? Vedas, scriptures, Puranas, Upanishads, Bhagavad Gita, Mahabharata, Ramayana, whatever you take, it's going to give us the jnana, knowledge. And the fire of knowledge will destroy, bhasmasat kurute, will burn, will destroy all the actions, sarva karmani, and the fruits of actions. Because we have that attitude of doership and enjoyership behind every action, we get entangled into the cycle of or the law of karma. I am doing it. If I am doing it, I should get the reward. I should enjoy it. Because who is the doer here? I am the doer. Correct? But again, Shri Krishna has explained in Bhagavad Gita what is karma yoga. Any action you are doing, just do your action and forget about its results. Do the action, but with the attitude of I am not the doer. I am just the medium. I am just the instrument. So if you have the attitude behind it, I am not the doer, I am not the enjoyer, whatever the fruits of actions are, good or bad, they are not going to bind us. So they are not resulting as binding thing, but the liberating thing. Because if I am not the doer, fruits or of actions are not applicable to me. So with every action, I am experiencing freedom, liberation. Correct? And that's how the baggage of karmashaya, the baggage of karma will start reducing. If, for example, in this life, the karmashaya weighs about 50 kg, with our sadhana, slowly the storehouse will start shrinking. The baggage will start coming less and less and less. That's why there is a possibility to reach the state of Kaivalya. Complete liberation means what? The storehouse is now null. It's zero. We have to bring our storehouse to zero. Even if there is, single thing present in the karmashaya, we have to take birth. We have to go through the same process. Correct? This is very, very important, and hence the importance of yoga, importance of karma yoga, importance of jnana yoga, importance of bhakti yoga, importance of raja yoga. Everything giving us the ways and solutions to liberate from this never ending cycle of birth and death. Okay? Moving forward. Te ह्लाद परिताप फलाफ पुण्या पुण्य हेतुत्वात् ते ह्लाद परिताप फलाफ पुण्या पुण्य हेतुत्वात्. ह्लाद pleasure, delight, paritapa pain, distress, phala, that is the fruits, results, punya and apunya, merit and demerit, hetutvat, from having cause. The karmas bear fruits, correct? Pleasure and pain caused by good and bad action, merit and demerit. Human life is mixed bag of joy and sorrow. Correct? That's the general view. Any religion, if we talk about what they believe in, if you do good actions, you will reach to heaven. If you will do bad actions, you will go to hell. Correct? Depending on the types of actions we do, depending on the intentions behind action. Even if by doing good actions we go to heaven, again, heaven is not permanent. Once your punya is finished, we are again going to take birth on this Mrityu Loka. So, this sutra tells us that our life is not completely 100% good and 100% bad. It is mix of both because of the karmas, the type of karmas we have done in all the previous lives. Okay? Depending on, we are bearing the fruits of that actions, pleasurable and painful. And then moving forward, परिणाम ताप संस्कार दुःखैर गुणवृत्ति विरोधाश्च. We'll again start. परिणाम ताप संस्कार दुःखैर गुणवृत्ति विरोधाश्च. दुःखमेव सर्वं विवेकिनः. दुःखमेव सर्वं विवेकिनः. Those who are wise, those who are realized souls, those who have reached the highest stage of their discrimination, what they tell. Parinam, the consequence. Tapa, anxiety or stress. Samskara, subliminal impression. Again, when we take birth, in our antakarana, the chitta, there are samskaras, the deep impressions. If we have gone through a very pleasant experience in our last birth, the impression has, deep rooted in our existence. That is called as samskara, or a bad experience. Even the samskara is deep rooted on our chitta. Then dukkaihi, due to pain from the above three. Parinama, tapa, samskara. Due to pain from the above three. Guna, that is the qualities. Vritti, functioning. Virodhata, contradiction. Cha, dukkham. All are indeed painful. See, when we eat first gulab jam or first sweet or dessert, we enjoy. And what we feel, let me have some more. Again, we take another gulab jamun or the sweet and we eat. We still enjoy. Still, maybe our body, our stomach is full, but our mind is not full. Our mind is not satisfied. Our soul is not satisfied. We keep on eating those sweets in more and more quantities. And then what will happen? At the starting, whatever the pleasurable experience we were going through, after eating 10 gulab jamuns or 10 sweets or desserts, whatever you say, can we enjoy? Can we still get the pleasurable experience? The same object of pleasure will start giving us unpleasurable experience. Correct? Vivekinaha, to the man of discrimination, to him, everything, whether it is pleasurable, whether it is, delightful, at the beginning we feel it's delightful. All the materialistic pleasures we are getting through senses, we feel that we are getting pleasure, but we are not enough using our discriminative power. But those who use it, those who have reached that state of discrimination, the highest discrimination, which is called as viveka, vairagya and viveka, they go hand in hand. Those who have really succeeded into these two, we can say the qualities, they say everything is indeed painful. Dukkham eva. Everything is painful. Even if the first sutra explains, it is the mixture, it is the combination of good and bad. pleasure and pain, whatever it is. What a Viveki person tells us, ultimately, everything is painful. परिणामताप संस्कार दुःखैर्गुणवृत्ति विरोधाश्च दुःखमेव सर्वं विवेकिनः. What is a profound thought we are getting through this sutra? Is everything painful? So we should understand where to stop. Where to stop desiring for, where to stop attaching ourselves towards many things. Because from the objects, places, people, persons, situations, we think we might get happiness. We might get pleasurable experiences. Again, we are not right in our thinking because the Viveki person has already told us that Sarvam eva dukkha. So let's look into this further. This I will read this. To one of discrimination, everything is painful indeed. Due to its consequences, the anxiety, fear over losing what is gained, the resulting impressions left in the mind to create renewed cravings. Because if I go through a pleasurable or painful experience, the impressions are made already in our chittas, and they again will give rise to new cravings, correct? And the constant conflict among the three gunas which control the mind. Because sometimes my rajas dominates, then sattva and tamas. So my desires are very strong. And because of that desire, I end up doing some action. And because of my attitude behind the action that I am the doer, I am creating more binding actions, more fruits of actions which are binding to me. And this is how these gunas, are controlling our vrittis, controlling our mind. If sattva guna dominates, I might end up doing altogether a different action than when the tamas is dominating. Correct? So this is all the play of gunas, sattva, rajas, tamas. And never one guna is dominant than others. It again keeps fluctuating. In the morning, sattva guna is dominating. During daytime, rajas guna is dominating. During night time, tamas guna is dominating. And that's how it should be. But as we go through this, the play of gunas, and at the time of doing any action, if we become aware enough that how these gunas are playing within me, what type of vrittis they are creating, what type of kleshas I am going through, how much, weightage of baggage I am carrying. We are so concerned when we are traveling on flight. Every pound matters, every gram matters. We keep on weighing our baggage again and again to have the correct weightage. The same way we are here, we are landed here with some baggage, and that depends on so many things. And now the Viveki person is telling us, okay, right now you're going through some pleasurable thing, but remind yourself, ultimately it's going to give you pain. Now what can be done? So, heyam dukkhamanagatam. हेयं दुःखमनागतम् Heyam means to avoid or prevent this pain, dukkham, anagatam, not yet come, or which can come in the future. The pain that has not yet come is avoidable. Because right now I am feeling this object is giving me a lot of happiness. And I continue doing it again and again, again and again, again and again. If I stopped eating gulab jamun after 2 or 3, I'm going to avoid pain, which is going to come in the future. Very superficial example, but that's how we can understand. Now here, there is a chaturvyuha, means fourfold strategy. Okay. Heyam, hetuhu, hanam, hana upayaha. Okay. What is heyam? Suffering, that which is to be overcome. Okay. Disease, we can say it as dukkha. So suffering or dukkha is need to overcome. Hetu, the cause of suffering, the cause of disease that we need. If we want to avoid suffering, we should know the cause of suffering. That is the hetu. Hanam, the state to be reached on overcoming the suffering. Hanam, that is the nirodha state. The definition of yoga itself, as Patanjali has given us. What is yoga? It is nirodha. Nirodha of what? Chitta vrittis. Correct? Yoga chitta vritti nirodha. So hanam, we have to restrain, or we have to make ourselves free from these sufferings. Hana upayaha. What are the upayas? The methods to attain the state of hanam, the freedom or nirodha. Medicine and treatment, that is the path. Or sadhana, that is the path. So now here, very, very important, the pain which has not yet come, anagatam, not yet come, can that be avoidable? Can we avoid that? Only if we become more and more aware. It can be avoided. And through this fourfold path, chaturvyuha, heyam, hetuhu, hanam, hana upayaha. Know the suffering, know the cause of suffering. We have to become free of that suffering. And then what are the methods? Drashtu drushayo sanyogo heya hetuhu. Drashtu drushayo sanyogo heya hetuhu. Drushta, the seer. Drushyaha, that is the seen. Sanyoga, the union. Heya hetuhu, the cause is avoidable. The cause of that avoidable pain is the union, conjunction of the seer and the seen. Now here they are telling us about the hetu. What is the cause of suffering? Why we are again and again going through suffering? And that is the deepest or the very primal cause of the suffering is the union of Purusha and Prakriti. Prakriti is the nature. Purusha is the pure consciousness. And because of their conjunction, because of this Prakriti and Purusha coming together, we go through sufferings. Again, a very profound thought. Drishya, drashtu, and drishya. These are the two terminologies used. Or you can also, if it is Sankhya, they use it as Purusha Prakriti. And Upanishads or Vedas, they use the terminology of uh, drashtu, that is the seer, the who sees, and drishyam, that is the Prakriti. Because of their sanyoga, heya hetuhu. What is the hetu? The cause, their conjunction. Okay? And then प्रकाश क्रिया स्थितिशीलम प्रकाश क्रिया स्थितिशीलम भूतेन्द्रियात्मकम भूतेन्द्रियात्मकम भोगापवर्गार्थम भोगापवर्गार्थम Drishyam. Now, in this sutra, Patanjali is explaining what is Drishyam, the scene, that is the nature. Okay? Prakasha Kriya Sthiti Bhutendriyatmakam Bhogapavargartham Drishyam. Prakasha, there is illumination, light. Where there is light, there is clarity. Where there is light, sattva guna. That is prakasha. Kriya is the activity, action. Where there is action, there is agitation. And that is dominated with rajasa guna. And then sthiti, inertia, dullness, which is dominated with tamas. So these are the three, we can say, the activities or the ways in which the nature is working. Prakasha, Kriya, Sthiti, Sheelam, nature, characteristic. What is the characteristic or nature of this Drishyam? Prakasha, Kriya, Sthiti. Then Bhuta, five elements. Indriya, sense organs. Atmakam, consist of, in the form of. Bhoga, experience. Apavarga, liberation. Artham, that is the bhoga, apavarga, artham. Here artham is not meaning, the purpose. The purpose of the prakriti or the drishyam, why it exists. What is the purpose of prakriti to exist? To give us experience, that is bhoga, upabhoga, and liberation, both. And that's why we say, what are the four pillars of human life? Dharma, artha, kama, moksha. Correct? In this life, we are going to experience different things. We are going to upabhoga or bhoga. You know, certain words in Sanskritam cannot be perfectly translated into English. Bhoga. Bhoga means you can understand that you are taking bhoga of that particular place or object, person, anything. That you are enjoying it thoroughly. That is bhoga. And apavarga. So this prakriti itself can give us liberation. So we cannot say prakriti is any bad or any binding because prakriti, the nature, the drishyam gives us both things. And both are the important part of human life. Bhoga and apavarga. Enjoying and liberating. And because it has got 5 elements and because we have got 5 senses, we can enjoy it. See, through sense organs, they can make us binding, or the same sense organs can give us the liberation. So that's why we say everything in moderation. Samatvam yoga uchyate. If we attain or maintain that equilibrium, balance, moderation in whatever we do, may it be bhoga or apavarga, when to get attached, when to get entangled, and when to get detached, when to come out, when to let go. That is the art, that is the skill yoga is teaching us. And Drishyam is all about this. It has the play of gunas, it has the play of Panchamahabhutas, it has, or we can experience these Panchamahabhutas through the indriyas, the sense organs. And it is always in different mode, either prakasha, kriya, or sthiti. We do mental work during the day, but at night we have to switch off and let go and detach ourselves from everything. So sthiti is also important, kriya is also important, and prakasha is also important. So these three, together with elements and sense organs, we go through these both parts of our life, and that is possible only because of Drishyam, because its purpose itself is that. Okay, so Drishyam is clear. So Patanjali has first explained Drishyam in the sutra. The scene is of the nature of the gunas, illumination, activity, inertia, and consists of the elements and the sense organs whose purpose is to provide both experiences and liberation to Purusha, or here we can say as the individual soul, Jivatma. Coming to the next sutra, I know it's today's session is very technical and very, very high to high principles and uh, fundamentals to, absorb, but they are equally important in our yogic practice and our sadhana. If we understand these things, from where we are coming, why we are acting like this, why we are thinking like this, there is some reason behind it, and how to overcome. What I see in day-to-day life, what is this drishyam? It becomes easier for us to, apply it in our life. So the next sutra is telling us Vishesha Visheshalingamatralingani Gunaparvani. Vishesha Visheshalingamatralingani Gunaparvani. Now here, Vishesha and Avishesha means specific and non-specific. What are specific things? That is the 10 senses, that is Karmendriyas and Jnanendriyas and Panchamahabhutas, 5 elements. They are very specific. What are non-specific? Tanmatras, that is Shabda, Rasa, Rupa, Gandha, right? And Ahankara, because that is the causal matter of Vishesha. From where these 5 elements have come? From the Tanmatras. Correct? And then Linga, perception of mere existence, self-conscious mass of matter. Linga. So here Linga is Mahat, the nature of being, or we can say the universal intelligence is Mahat, Mahata Tattva, that is the Linga, Matra, only, and Alingani, without a mark, undefinable, undetectable, and that comes under undetectable matter, that is the Prakriti. All right. So when we are talking about these Vishesha and Avishesha things, 1 to 5, they are Guna Parva. So Vishesha, Avishesha, Linga, Alinga, all these are the stages of manifestation of gunas from gross to subtle. So we can say it is the process of manifestation or process of evolution. Everything has manifested. Okay? Vishesha, Avishesha, Linga, Matra, Alingani, Guna, Parvani. So from that absolute Brahman, because the balance of the gunas get disturbed, everything start manifesting. The Mahat, then the gunas, and then the Ahankara, then mind, then senses. Much before that, the Tanmatras, 5 elements, Karmendriyas, Jnanendriyas, everything started manifesting. That is the Guna Paravani. Again, this is a very nice word. The manifestation or stages of manifestation of gunas. So gunas are the qualities, Paravani are the stages. The stages of the gunas are specific, non-specific, defined, and undefinable. So in this picture, it has just given a brief overview that how everything has come into manifestation. And then the next sutra gives us Drushta, Drashta, Drushimatra, Drashta, Drushimatra, Shuddhopi, Pratyayanupashaha. दृष्टादृशिमात्र शुद्धोऽपि प्रत्ययानुपश्यः. Now he is explaining who is drashta, the seer. The seer, or that pure consciousness or the awareness, drishi matra, power of seeing only. Drushi matra. He is just the mere awareness, mere consciousness. It has got the power of just only seeing. Shuddhopi, pure. Api, although. Pratyaya, activity of mind, belief, vrittis. Pratyaya. Anupashyaha, perceive, seeing, following vrittis. You feel presence of awareness. And this is very, very subtle to understand. The seer is nothing but the power of seeing which, although pure, appears to see through the mind. Now, if I tell you that you're just awareness, you're just pure consciousness, but how we are experiencing that awareness? Only through the mind. Correct? Okay, I'm going through anger. I'm witnessing it. I'm aware of my anger. How I'm becoming aware of that awareness? Only through the activity of mind and vrittis. Because we go through pratyaya. various vrittis or kleshas, this seer is nothing but the power of seeing. Okay, we understand. Only consciousness, only awareness. Which although pure, so even if it is pure, it is only constant awareness, appears. It's not actually so, but appears. Anupashya. You feel a presence of awareness. Anupashya. Appears to see through the chitta vrittis or the mind. That is drashta. That is the seer. All right. And then tadartha eva drishyasyaatma. Tadartha eva drishyasyaatma. That or its artha. So what is the purpose of the seer? It has got again twofold. Drushya of the seen and Atma, the seer. So the seen exists only for the sake of the seer. Why Prakriti is there? Only for the sake of Purusha. Purushartha is the very purpose of Drishya. That's what we discussed in the previous sutras. Correct? Dharma, Artha, Kama, Moksha. For doing these, Drishyam, Prakriti exists. When the purpose is served, now when Dharma, Artha, Kama, Moksha is achieved, when the purpose is served, it dissolves into its cause. Tadartha eva, only for that purpose, Drishyam is there. For the sake of seer. So, what is the twofold purpose here? To achieve the Purusharthas, Dharma, Artha, Kama, Moksha, and for the sake of seer, Drashta. That is the twofold purpose of Drishyam to exist. Okay? And then Krutartham prati nashtam pyanashtam तदन्यसाधारणत्वात् कृतार्थं प्रति नष्टमप्यनष्टं तदन्यसाधारणत्वात् कृत done, accomplished, artham, the purpose. Here it is liberation. Prati, towards or upon. Nashtam, destruction, the seen. Api, even though. Anashtam, not destroyed. That, the seen. Anya, others. Sadharanatvat, from commonality or universal. So what is this sutra is telling us? Although destroyed for one who has attained liberation. Now Prakriti, if one person attains self-realization, that doesn't mean Prakriti destroys for everyone. Correct? Swami Vivekananda has attained liberation. Does that mean Prakriti has stopped existing for other beings, for other Purushas? No, that will not happen. For that person, Prakriti will not exist. But for others, it is still the same. Although destroyed for one who has attained liberation, it, the seen, still exists for others, being common to them. So, one aspect of Prakriti that was associated with Purusha becomes non-existent for that Purusha. Okay? There are other Purushas with whom Prakriti is still continuing, associated, and will continue till that Purusha attains Kaivalya. Correct? Because Prakriti has to support each and every Purusha, each and every individual soul. So that is the meaning of this sutra. For the Purusha who has attained the liberation, only for that Purusha, Prakriti will no more exist. But for others, it will still continue to exist and support till that Purusha attains liberation. And then we don't know how many births and how many lives it will take. So Prakriti will exist. And then last two sutras. I know it's getting very heavy, but I will end with last two sutras here. Swami Shaktyo Swarupopalabdhi Hetu Sanyogaha Swaswami Shaktyo Swarupopalabdhi Hetu Sanyogaha. Swa is being owned, Prakriti, one's possession, material energy. Swami is the owner, the Purusha, the possessor. The possessor and the possession. That this is the conscious energy and that is the material energy. Purusha and Prakriti. Sanyo, Shaktyoho of the powers. Swarupa. One's nature, one's true nature, essence, upalabdhi, realization, hetu, cause, sanyoga, union. Let's see its meaning. The union of the owner, that is the Purusha, and the owned, Prakriti, causes the recognition of the nature. It causes the recognition of the nature and the powers of them both. So here, what is Prakriti? What is Purusha? How we are able to understand these two types of energies? One is the conscious energy, one is the material energy. How we are going to know it or understand it or recognize it? Because of the union of Purusha and Prakriti. Again, they are trying to tell us the same thing. Because of this union of Purusha and Prakriti, we are going through the kleshas, or we are going through the sufferings, or we are going through the painful experiences. But this union itself is responsible, or that causes the recognition of the nature and powers of both. That what is the nature of Purusha? It is the pure consciousness. It is the third person who is not involving in anything. Or for Purusha to experience something, Prakriti has to support it. So for that conscious energy, without material energy, Purusha cannot experience anything. Correct? So this union of this Sanyoga of Purusha and Prakriti causes the recognition of Purusha and Prakriti. That what is the nature and power of Purusha and what is the nature and power of Prakriti. And once we can distinguish this, then the same Purusha and Prakriti or the Sanyoga or the union itself can help us for the process of Pratiprasava, the involution. And then comes the today's last sutra. Tasya hetur avidya Tasya hetur vidya. Hetuhu avidya or hetur vidya. Tasya, its hetuhu, cause. Avidya, ignorance. Distort the ability of pure consciousness reflection. So the cause of this union, why even this Purusha and Prakriti are uniting. What is the cause of the union of Prakriti and Purusha? Is wrong knowledge, is ignorance in the matter which is also anadi. Now, if we ask, then what is the cause of ignorance? We don't know, because that is also eternal. Ignorance, with this package only we are born. This is how it is. That's what scriptures say. So, tasya hetu, its cause, tasya means that union's cause is ignorance, which distorts because of this avidya, because of this ignorance, it distorts the ability of pure consciousness reflection. We cannot understand our true nature because of this avidya. And we don't know from where this avidya has come, but this is how it is. Okay. So, any questions so far, like whatever we have discussed in today's session? Anything to share?
Yeah, hi. Sutra, 2.16 I found was interesting, which stated that pain that has not yet come is avoidable. I found that was interesting.
Yes, yes, yes. Heyam dukkham anagatam. Isn't it beautiful? The pain which has not yet come is avoidable. So that gives us the alert. What we are doing or what we are enjoying right now, we should know where to stop or do it with awareness. And don't get carried away, because if we too much get carried away or if we get too much attached, remember the pain is coming
Yeah.
our
Yeah.
way.
Katie, I found that the stress on meditation, like to me, like that's like the master key because like all those latent um sanskaras,
Yes.
that should be avoided because you're putting in the
Mm.
pure awareness and the practice and the disciplines.
Mm.
Yeah.
Perfect. Yes. And that's why the importance of meditation. That's why the importance of whatever practices we are doing, we should continue them. What is the importance of continuity? We'll do it for some time and then we'll stop. Nothing is going to change. The karmashas will be the same, the samskaras will be the same, the actions, the attitudes with which we are doing the actions will be the same. There is no transformation happening. 10 years back, how I was, today I am also the same. After 10 years, also, I'm going to be the same. What I have done in my life, I have earned, I have good bank balance. Okay, what next? You're still carrying that baggage of karmas. We're still going through the kleshas. We're still entangled into those chitta vrittis. We cannot differentiate between Purusha and Prakriti. We don't know the way to go to Pratiprasava, involution. Then I think we haven't done anything in this life. Next life is for sure. With what jati, ayu, and bhoga, we are going to determine everything according to the types of actions we are doing, merits and demerits. Correct? Yes.
Sutra 2.19, I found it was really heavily loaded. Sutra
Which one?
2.19, 2.19,
What nine?
19. Yeah. Yeah, this is heavily loaded, I think. Heavily
Yes.
loaded. It's just like, it's
This
like a
is the
whole,
process of manifestation, the way we have come, Guna Parvani.
yeah.
So this is the engineering of manifestation. If we know this well, then we can trace back, through Pratiprasava. Superb. So thank you for attending today's session. We will see now in the very soon, because next session will be on 12th of July. Sorry for this month. I have got few couple of commitments, as my daughter is in now near to university. We have to visit few open days for her university, and we will be having our session second Saturday in July, and in August, as I have mentioned, it will be on 16th of August. Not on 9th of August, but 16th of August. Keep chanting these sutras, because even when we practice yoga, maybe practicing asanas or pranayama, we will remember these sutras, and they will do something within us, and they will help us to change something within us in a positive direction. Correct? So that's why chanting of these yoga sutras are very important, as they remind us what need to be done, or what is, depending on the situation in your life, what things need to be done. You will get answers quickly. It is very important to get answers from within. Don't look outside. All the answers will get within if we try to quieten our mind, sit into meditation, connect with our source, go through this process of Guna Parvani, manifestation. If we try to trace back, go into the involution, then we can find that anchor within us. And once we find that, then nothing is impossible in life. Correct? So with this note, we'll end today's session with a Shanti mantra. So close your eyes, adopt Chin Mudra. ॐ पूर्णमदः पूर्णमिदं पूर्णात् पूर्णमुदच्यते पूर्णस्य पूर्णमादाय पूर्णमेवावशिष्यते ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः हरिः ॐ तत्सत्. Thank you very much, and I will see you next month. Take care.
Thank you very
Thanks
much.
very much.
Very
Thank you.
much.
Bye-bye.
Okay. Bye.
Yes.
Mhm.
All the
Bye.
best.
Bye-bye.
Thank you very much.